Hey, what's going on, everyone? Gillis TV back here with some more Edmonton Oilers discussions. Of course, preseason starting up tomorrow against the Winnipeg Jets. But did the Oilers really dodge a big mistake in one of their offer sheets if they were to match it? We'll take a look into that and why I think the Oilers actually did do the right move, even though I didn't like it at the time. But now seeing what other people are getting for contracts, they might have dodged a big mistake there for this certain player. But before we get into that, if you're new to the channel, like anything Oilers related or NHL, we try to do all the big news in the NHL, from trades, rumors, news, signings, injuries, whatever there is in the world of the NHL. Of course, more Oilers than anything. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, as we are 54 subscribers away from our goal of 1,000 subscribers. Now, if you're down at the whole fan appreciation day tomorrow, make sure to stop by and say hi to myself, Patrick from the Oilers Fanatic, or Tyson from Dolany TV. We're all going to be down there. We wouldn't mind saying hi, talking some hockey with all y'all. So we'll get into that here tomorrow. But today, we're looking at one of the offer sheets, and it was Philip Broberg. Signed an offer sheet for 2 years at 4.58 and some change million AAV. Now, at the time, I was like, the Oilers have to match. The Oilers have to match. Like, Broberg does have an upside to him, but the Oilers didn't for reasons for the salary cap and whatnot, and also didn't match Dylan Holloway. Now, looking into this about, a month and 2 weeks later, after all this has happened, I'm kind of glad the Oilers didn't, because there is a certain player on the Dallas Stars that's played more games, put up more points, played really better than Broberg did, and he's making only $4 million a year over the next 2 years. I'm talking about Thomas Harley here. So we'll go through their stats. The money-wise, Broberg does make 5.8 and some change more than Thomas Harley. But was that an overpayment by the St. Louis Blues? And did the Oilers actually really dodge a mistake that they would have had if they did match the offer sheet to Philip? So we'll look into the stats here. And for Broberg, he played in 20 playoff games. He was a plus 11, had 3 points in those 20 playoff games. Hasn't had a full season in the NHL. Played 81 over the course of his career with 13 points and was a -5. So for a 4.58 and some change million dollar a year player, those aren't really good numbers to go off of. Now, we'll get into Thomas Harley here, where Thomas Harley's had a pretty good career with the Dallas Stars, really emerging last year, where he played 19 games in the playoffs, had 4 points, was a +8. He has 39 career games in the playoffs already, has 13 points, and is a +9. For his career in regular season, last year only missed 3 games, had 47 points, 15 goals, 32 assists, and was a +28. For his career, he's played 119 regular season games, 53 points, and a +29, and is making less than Philip Broberg is. And this is kind of where I think the Edmonton Oilers really did dodge a mistake that could have cost them down the road on matching the offer sheet for Philip Broberg. Not to take away from him that he does have an upside, he is young, but the money in, money out situation that the Oilers are in, if you were to accept that deal and then you go and see Thomas Harley sign for $580,000 and some odd change less, and has had a better career so far than Broberg has, or did in Edmonton, and might have in St. Louis. We will see how that turns out for him this season. But that's just kind of one thing where, at the time, yes, I was with a bunch of Oilers fans, and it was, come on, they have to match one or both of Holloway or Broberg. And now looking back at this, I could see, hey, maybe we were kind of wrong about this. We should have just let him walk like we did, because Thomas Harley, his stats prove that he is a little bit better than Broberg. Right now, they're both 23 years old and were drafted in, I'm not too sure if it was the same year or a year apart, but they both spent time in the NHL, and Thomas Harley deserves more than $4 million a year. I think that was a really good team-friendly deal by Thomas Harley, where when it was Broberg signing this offer sheet, the one thought I think he had was he was just out of Edmonton. He wanted out. He didn't care where it was, how much money it was. He wanted out of Edmonton, and that's ultimately why he signed with the St. Louis Blues on that offer sheet. So just kind of let me know in the comments what you think, because looking at the stats, Thomas Harley's a way better defenseman as of right now than Philip Broberg and is making less for a Dallas Stars team that is more than likely going to the playoffs again and making a Stanley Cup run. So this is where I think us as Oilers fans and as a team, we kind of dodged a mistake here that it would have cost us in the long run, paying Broberg $4.58 and some change per year. But that's kind of pretty much it for me today. I just thought I'd run a video of this and talk about how maybe Stan Bowman was right about not matching the offer sheet. Now, do I agree with some of the things he's done? No. But I think this is one I might have to tell myself I was wrong on, and I will admit that I was wrong on, because at the time I didn't think the Oilers were going to let both walk, and they did, and now I see why. But that's it for me today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Gillis TV. Have a good one.